Welcome to this tutorial on how to reconcile field names and determine required fields when using CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite. Let's start by opening up CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite. You can access it through Excel Online as an add-in or by installing the CloudExtend Excel add-in for NetSuite on your desktop, depending on your setup. After you install it, you're going to go into the data ribbon, and to the right, you can see that there's a Manage NetSuite Data. You're going to click on it, and it's going to open up on the right hand side. Now let's dive into reconcile field names. This is crucial for ensuring that your Excel sheet matches your NetSuite data field accurately. To reconcile field names, go to the field mapping section within CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite. In order for you to get to the field mapping section, you're going to select either one of these two buttons. You're going to either select search and download or create new records. Either button will actually bring you to a three-step process where it will get you the option to select the fields so you can build a template for the appropriate record type. I'm going to select create new records. And as you can see, it brings me to the three-step process. The first step is to select the record type. So for demo purposes, I'm going to select sales orders. And when I select sales order, it leads me into the second step. And the second step is going to be that field mapping section where you're going to select a field that you want to add into your sales order template. So when it comes to adding fields, you want to add in fields that are from within your sales order form. So let's actually go into my sales order form in NetSuite to take a look at some of the fields I need to add. So in this case, let's just say customer is an example. So if I were to go back into CloudExtend and search for customer, it's not going to narrow it down to that exact field because with CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite, we don't use the field label, we use the field ID. So if I were to go back into the field inside of the sales order form, click on the field label, you can see that the field ID for customer is called entity. So now if I go back into CloudExtend and search for entity, it's going to show up right here. So if I select this, I can add this field into my CloudExtend template for the sales order record type. Another example would be, let's just say class, right? Class is going to be a standard field. You can see that the field ID is called class, so nothing has changed there. And when it comes to the majority of standard fields inside of your form, the field ID matches the field label. So another scenario would be that if you're working with custom fields, so custom fields, you're going to see that, let's just say if I go into this right here, this custom field has a custom body 16. You're not going to look for custom body 16 for a custom field. You're going to look for the field label. So in this case, if I look for phone number, that is going to show up inside of my CloudExtend field mapping section. So as you can see, that custom field shows up as a phone number right here. Now let's move on to determining required fields. This is essential to make sure that your data meets NetSuite mandatory field requirements. To identify required fields, you're going to go into your record forms and you're going to see fields that have the red asterisk next to it. So any fields that has a red asterisk next to it is a required field that is set by your NetSuite admin or by NetSuite. So in this case, customer is definitely required. So that's the field that you want to add into your CloudExtend template, whether you're creating or updating your sales orders. Another way to identify required field is by going into NetSuite's schema browser. So if I go into the schema browser here and go to sales orders or go to the S for sales orders, you can see that there is a column that says required when using the schema or SOAP web services with NetSuite. So as long as you add in all the required fields when building out your CloudExtend templates, you're not going to face any kind of error messages when uploading or creating your sales orders or any of your record types. One additional thing I do want to note is that when you are working with required fields, not all required fields are mandatory on the CloudExtend template, such as this field as an example for date. It is required, as you can see with the red asterisk next to it, but you can also see that it auto-generated the date value here. Same thing with the custom form. As long as you have a required field that has value already auto-generated by NetSuite or by your NetSuite admin, Those fields are optional for you to add into your CloudExtend template. Now let's go back into CloudExtend to finish creating our sales order template. For demo purposes, I'm going to add in all the required fields and fields that I deem appropriate onto my CloudExtend sales order template. All right, and as you can see, I've added all of my fields onto my sales order template. So if you do want to rearrange this, you can definitely do that, but I've added all the required fields. I'm going to click on continue, click on yes. It loads the template onto the sheet right here. And once I load it, if I want to save the template, I can click on save as template, save enter data. And then if I scroll down a little further, you can share this with your organization. And with all of this being said, when you do create your template, you only need to create this once. And once you create it, you can use it for a multitude of operations, whether it be creating, updating, or even deleting your record type. And there you have it. With CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite, reconciling field names and determining required fields become a seamless part of your data management process. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to use CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite to streamline your data management. If you need further support, please visit our support site at support.cloudextend.io.